Good morning and Jai Hind. In this video, let us learn something more about cash flow statement. As I told you that direct method is not in our syllabus, so we have to study only indirect method. But we should know why the indirect method is better, in fact far more better than direct method, and why it is used more frequently. As you can see in a pie chart that 98.8% has been used in direct method while 1.2% is for direct method usage, because the usage of indirect method is so high because it is easier and less costly to prepare. I have told you that it is less complicated than the direct method, and it requires very limited information which can be easily available from uh, the three sources which I told you, from the balance sheet, PL statement, and by the notes. And it focuses on the difference between net income and net cash flow from operating activities. That's why indirect method is more popular and it's more used in practically in by the organizations. Now let's see the format of cash flow statement. As I told you, it has a particular sequence that at the top, first we have to write the cash flow from operating activities, after that cash flow from investing activities, and finally the cash flow from financing activities. This is a sequence which we have to follow in the preparation of cash flow statement. So as you can see in the format, first we have to write the cash flow from operating activities. Yeah, here you have to list all the individual items, and here also you have to make the adjustments regarding non-cash expenses and the non-operating activities, and various adjustments regarding current assets and current liabilities has to be made under this. And here only you have to use the indirect method for calculating the cash flow from operating activities. After calculating the net cash from operating activity or used by operating activity, if the net cash is positive, we have to use from. Otherwise, if the net cash comes to be negative, then we have to write used by. After finding out the net cash provided by the operating activity, we have to write the cash flow from investing activity. Here we have to write, make the adjustments, we have to add or subtract regarding all the investing activities, like the investment we have made. That means if a business has purchased some shares or some debentures or bonds, that type of or if any building has been purchased, any plant has been purchased, this is a kind of investment which a business used to do. So all the adjustments regarding these items has to be listed under the investing activity, and the interest or dividend provided are also has to be entered in this activities only. After writing all the activities, we have to find the net cash provided by the investing activity. After this, the turn comes of financing activity. Here also all the list of individual inflow and outflow of cash regarding the financing activity, like the taking a loan from the bank or issuing shares or debentures to the shareholders and debenture holders, and in fact giving the dividend to the shareholders or interest to the bank or to the debenture holders are to be written under this category. After making all the adjustments, net cash flow uh, regarding the financing activity has been computed. After calculating all the three cash flows from various activities, we have to make the final calculation, and the final amount that came after this is the net increase or decrease in cash. Before and below that, we have to write the opening balance of cash, which is already given in a question. We have to write that, and adding the opening cash plus the net increase or decrease in cash gives the cash at the end of the period, or we may say the closing balance of the cash. In fact, opening and closing balance is we already known at the beginning of the question only, so we can easily match whether we have done our question correctly or not.